Hey there. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Jinx from Teen Titans Go. So we're going to start at the top of her head with her eyes. So let's start with the top of her eyelash. So up here on the right, on the left side, sorry, we start and go up, and then we're going to bring this down slightly towards the center of her face. And we're just going to thicken up the center part area around here. So we're going to just taper out and then taper it back in. So it's thicker up in the middle here. We'll color that in black. Then on the bottom, I'm just going to turn that bottom part of the eye up. Then we'll draw in the pupil. So I'm going to have her looking that way. So starting up here, we're just going to curve the pupil around on one side. And then in the middle here, I'm just going to draw a line down. And I'm just going to bulge out the side. So on the left and on the right. So it's kind of like a cat eyes. And on the side of her eye, we're just going to draw some lashes. So we're just going to draw 3 angled lines. And on the tips, if you want, you can actually thicken them up and taper them in. They're thicker on the outside, and then they kind of come to a point when they get towards the eye. So there's one eye there. Let's move over to the right side. So I'm just going to leave a gap and space in between. So on this side, I'm going to draw a curve that comes down. And from here, I'm going to go up to a point, so the same height as I have on the left side here. And I'm going to bring this down to the right. And I'm going to, again, thicken up the top edge and color that in. And on the right side here, I'm just going to curve in a little bit, just to show the edge of her eye here. And then on the left side of that eye, I'm just going to draw a line straight across. I'm going to draw the same pupil, so big curve. And then again, I'm going to draw the pupil center, so a line down the middle. And I'm just going to bulge out the left and right side. And let's go up on the side here and draw some more eyelashes. So I want to make them the same length as I have on the left, so I'll draw 1, 2, 3, and then again just tapering them out so that they get a little bit thicker along the ends. In the center here, right between the eyes at the bottom, we're going to draw a nose. So what it is essentially is a curve going up and then straight down. So it's almost like a number 7. And then below the nose, really high up, she's got a mouth, so we're going to draw a curve that goes up, kind of in an angle, sort of slanted, and then we'll just connect that with a steeper curve. And then in the middle here, I'm just going to draw a line across, and then color the bottom part in black. And then here she's got 2 little rosy cheeks, so you can color them in, or you can just draw them. So I'll just draw them so you can actually see what they look like. So they're basically just ovals. Squash little ovals on both sides of her mouth, just below each eye. Now from here, I'm going to go up to the top of her head here and draw in her bangs before I get into the face. So up along here, she's got sort of like 2 big sort of low-hanging bangs that come down. So along here, I'm going to come up, just above that eye, come down in that same curve, and then go up to the center of her face. And again, doing another sort of hook, and then going up above this eye. Now from here, I'm just going to put my finger where I think the chin is. So she's got quite a long chin. So from here, I'm going to draw this line around those eyelashes to the side of her head. And then I'm going to do a sharp turn towards her chin, right here. On this side, I'm just going to take that point here, draw a line down towards her ear. From here, I'm going to curve up, curve down to the side of her ear, curve down to the bottom of her ear, and go up to back to the side of her head. And from here, I'm just going to draw, connect at that point there to her chin with a curve, coming all the way around to that point. Now let's go to the top of her head. So here she's got sort of like 2 big sort of horns, that kind of look like horns. So right about here is where the start of the center of her head would be. I'm just going to draw a big U shape here, kind of like so. So this will divide the left side and the right side. But from here, she's got these 2 little strands that come out. Then from this point, it kind of comes up to a big hook. So I'm just going to draw a curve that goes up to the top, comes back again, and then goes outwards again a little bit further for the point. And from here, all I want to do is do a sort of a gradual S that goes down to that cheek. So from here, I'm just going to curve down to that cheek. Let's go to this side here. So I want to sort of make sure that I have the right length, just to match the one on the right. So here, I'm going to go up like I did here and draw a curve. Again, just like I did on this side here, draw a point, and then I'll draw a longer bit of hair here, And again, a backwards S coming in around the bottom of that ear. So it's around the same height here. And all I want to do is draw a couple bands. So hair bands along here. So they're kind of curved in towards the head. So I'll draw a curve like so. And I'll make it double wide. And go to the right side and I'll do the same sort of thing. And from here I'm just going to draw 2 lines on the top end and color the rest in black. And I'll do the same thing on this side, but I'll draw the 2 lines on the bottom. And then color the rest in black. Okay, now that we got the head, let's get into the neck. So from here, just below that chin on both sides, I'm going to draw a curve that sort of scoops outwards, kind of this way. And along the middle here, I'm just going to draw 2 lines for a neckband, color that in black. And then from here, I'm just going to draw a line that goes across the base of that neck. And then I'm going to curve these points down on the outside. So it kind of comes around the shoulders. Here's the center of her chest. So what I want to do, so the outside here, just draw a curve on both sides. And then here, I'm just going to draw a point. I'm going to curve these to that point in the center, kind of like that. In the middle, I'm just going to draw an oval and color that in black. That's for her gemstone. And from here, I'm going to go to either side of the body. So here's the back, here's the front. So right about here, I'm just going to curve out in one direction. On this side, it's going to be, this is her back. I'm going to have her sort of facing that way. So I'm going to draw the front of her body. So here I'm just going to go out and down into her waist and do a sharp turn and go out to her hips. Here again, I'm going to draw a point in the center, draw a curve from one side and then the other side. And from here, I can draw, again, a little separation for the hips and draw 2 little black buttons. Let's go into the arms. So here I'm going to have her arms coming out into her hips. So right here, I'm going to draw a curve going out. I'll do the same on the right. Now I'm going to go back left and right just to make sure I get a good balance of line length and weight. So from here I'm going to go from the elbow to her sleeve cuff or her wrist cuff. And then from here I'm going to go up in an angle and a curve up here. I'm going to go straight across on both sides. And then here I'm going to do an overlap and taper in to her armpits. Right, from here I'm going to come down a little bit on the top and draw 2 lines going right into her hips. I'll draw a short line here on the left side and a curve for the meat palm of her hand here. And from here, I'm just going to draw a curve for her finger. Then all I have to do is draw a couple more points for her fingers that get overlapped behind. So I'll do that again. So coming in on the wrist, I'll curve around. And here, I'm just going to draw 1 finger that gets tucked in. And I'll probably be able to fit 2 more fingers behind there. Now for the legs, I'm going to have 2 legs coming down. So right about here is the bottom of her feet. So I'm going to take the inside leg, draw a straight line down to the heel. Here I'm going to draw a straight line down to the heel. From here I'm just going to draw the bottoms. So 2 big curves that go along the bottom. So now that I know that's where her feet are, and she's got really big sort of platform shoes. I'm going to sort of gauge that, okay, the tops of her shoes will be around here. So I want to start off thin and then go wide as I come down on both sides. So they come out wide. And at the top here, I'm just going to curve up on both sides. And then here, I'm just going to round out to the bottom of that sole. And then for the sole here, I'm going to go about halfway from the bottom to the top here. I'm going to go around and then curve the opposite direction. Here, I'm going to go up and curve in the opposite direction. And then along the top here of her boots, she's got these black and white stripes. So all I need to do is start here, and draw a curve that goes up. I'll go on the right and do the same thing. And then just start drawing a series of curves that go all the way up to the top. And on the right, I just want to make sure that I match the number of curves that I got going across with the ones on the left. Then here I can go in and start coloring in each second space. So here I got the bottom one. I'm going to skip this one, go to the next one, color that in black, skip this one, go to the top, skip this one, go to the top. So now it looks like I got these sort of candy stripe socks. Go to the right side here, do the exact same thing. So color the bottom one, leave a gap, color the next one, gap, next one here, and then finally the top one here. And I think that's it. There we have it. There's Jinx from Teen Titans Go. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please share it with your friends, get them to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.